Hello and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I will review set 71845 Lloyds Jetmech from the Lego Ninjago theme in 2025. This set costs 99.99 euros and was released under Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 2. This set comes with 5 minifigures, and the first minifigure is Kerr. This is one of the members of the Forbidden Five, and she carries a weird sword-like weapon with the same sand green health piece as all the other members. She has a really nice arm print on one arm and has a zombie-like face print that also looks a little bit like a shackle, which the writer said that she's inspired of that. I don't know what the Ninjago on the torso says. I wasn't able to translate that yet. And she has a really nice leg print and also a back print where you can also see parts of the Forbidden Five logo. The next minifigure in this set is Spectral Lloyd. He has, like all the other Spectral Ninjas, this small little mark on his armor piece, which doesn't look that great. The face is the standard movie face. I don't know to show you, you probably all know it. And he has one of the collectibles this wave, the reveal plate. With the reveal plate, you can show hidden pictures in some of the sets, like for example here, I will show that later. And he has a really nice torso print with a dark tan bell here and also a dark red one. Generally, every ninja this wave has like a dark red belly. Mm. The next minifigure I want to talk about is Tur, and he, unlike in the March set, is a little bit different than the other Dragonians. He has a gunmetal gray armor piece, which the normal Dragonians used in the January wave, and he also has a white mask piece, which only appeared elsewhere in the Ninja Team Combat Vehicle on the little glider there. I don't love that the clips here for the wings are black and not dark blue. I think they should have recolored them. And I really like about this figure that it looks like it has an arm print because the red hand shows out. He has the same torso, leg and headpiece as all the other Dragonians. And on the other side of the head, he only has the Forbidden Five symbol in red. He also carries a little bit different weapon of sorts than the other Dragonians. He has a sort of spear with a little extra blade there. The next minifigure is a normal Spectral Dragonian warrior. In some sets, this guy has legs like the Kai's race motorcycle, and in some cases it has a ghost tail like here. It doesn't have the wings like Terror. The version with wings only comes in a magazine and the Rogue's Mech Dragon Rider. But I also really like this figure. He has longer horns than the Dragonians from January and has a recolored helmet and armor piece. He has the same torso and headpiece as Terror, and he also carries the normal weapon with a gray handle and a white blade. I really like the recolor of the ghost tail piece, and overall this is a great minifigure, but I should have gotten the wings like Tur. This is the last minifigure of the set, and it's Spectrosora. First of all, she has a lantern in her hand. I won't spoil what that has for relevance in her show, but it was a little bit more interesting than I thought it would be. She has a really nice torso print with a little cat there on the left. And one thing I don't like about these armor plates is that they show a little bit weirdly in the front. That's just a little bit too much spoken out. She has a really nice hairpiece and also the same headpiece as all the other Soras before. Now we come to the two sideboards that are featured in the set. The first one is this little glider for Sora. I really like that it is included here, and it's definitely better than the glider from 2024 from the combat vehicle. It has a really nice engine detail here in the front, and what I am assuming blasters. I don't know because this vehicle didn't appear in the show, I think. It has two stickers, one here and one here, and also a little bit engine type thing here on the back. You can also sit Sora on there, even with the lantern. Here's what she looks with it. But you can also remove the lantern and let her sit normally inside. I also really find the wings funny because on one side it could drive without wings, but on the other side they're just a little bit silly for me. Woo! The other sideboard that's featured in the set is a Spectra Dragon, and this one is bigger than I expected. It uses the Rising Dragon Strike headpiece from 2024 and has no eyes, which is a good thing because without eyes it looks more like a skeletal dragon. It has two stickers here and here, and also two stickers here which are a part for the revealing blade. And if you hold the revealing blade there, you will see the Forbidden 5 symbol poking out of there. It has gotten two really nice horns here on the side, a cute tail, but the one thing I don't like is that the back legs are only connected with ratchet joints, whilst the front legs are connected with ratchet joints, but the foot itself aren't. You can also sit a minifigure there, like for example Kerr. This is what she looks with it. And you can also break this dragon apart to combine it with Thunderfang. For the combination, you need to rip off the head, rip off the foot, rip off the entire back half of the dragon. That was the banner. Then you also need to rip off these two spikes, which is a little bit difficult to do. And you also have to remove the tail. For the transformation are the back legs not featured, which is kind of disappointing because if you combine them, you just have the back legs sitting around all the time. But if we take Thunderfang, firstly we put the Jet Mech on the side, but if we take Thunderfang, we can put the dragon heads on the right arm. It does spoke out a little bit, which I don't really like from the side, but from the front it looks really good, I need to say. Then you grab a foot and put it on the arms in the holes from cord joints. This is also a little bit difficult to do because the joints are a little bit flimsy from the foots. But if we done it like so, we can pull them on the top, use then the tail on the left hand, which is kind of a swinging weapon now. Then we can use the chest of the ring, put up the rib cage, put it on top of Thunderfang, and then use the horns as horns for Thunderfang, which adds a little bit more detail to the already great looking head. And this is what he looks now, with the dragon head there, the better dragon head here, the foot, the tail, the front. I don't like that the underside, so the legs, the tail, and also the complete back side are left out of the transformation. But if you want, you could connect the back legs with Thunderfang. It isn't advertised on a box, but you could technically do that. Which, if I display that with the form, I'm not sure, would do. And now we come to the Mech, which first of all is a little bit shorter than I expected, but it also has great details, like for example the foots. They're really sturdy, but don't have the rubber pieces there, which is a okay thing. Well, they are needed here, but it would have been great to include them for a little bit more stability. You have some like thrusters here, always in the normal form they're just sitting like so, but you could put them so like that if it's in danger it could firstly shoot up with the thing before transforming in a jet. Before the foot sit on ball joints and are used front and back and also side to side, which is a good thing to do. Same on the other foot here. And also the legs, it looks like that if they had knees, but they don't. They're just sitting normal here without any joints. But they are really well built, even from the backside, which isn't always the case for mechs. Usually mechs don't have a backside, but this one has, and that will be good for later. You have two stickers here, little thruster details, and seven stickers here. Here are two, here, and here's one. The back wings here form like a cape for the mech, which looks really cool, but they are also able to pull out side to side for like a shield or something. The weapons that this mech has are recolored versions of the Prime Emperor blade. This is, I believe, the first time that they were made in a solid color. Before they were just like light green, trans red or something like that. I really like how the cockpit is integrated in here. You can clearly see that there's a seat for a minifigure, which isn't always the time, most notably on the Titan mechs. But you can indeed open the cockpit and then put a minifigure inside, like Lloyd, obviously. He has also a little bit room here, no steering pieces, but I think it looks good without them. This is what he looks inside of the mech. Really good. And the upper arms are connected with the wings, which I'm a little bit disappointed, because with that you don't have the bunch of motion that you would have had if they were separated. The underarms are just connected with two ball joints, nothing special, whilst the upper arms are connected with ratchet joints. The head on this thing, I can pull it apart. The head on this thing looks really good, I need to say. Like, wait a minute, I broke the head. So, like the head, he looks really good. He has two cannons on the back, which are important for later. Has a little eye, but I don't think that the mech where the pilot sees through a window needs a head. It is a cool detail and is good for the looks, but it doesn't make any sense that someone has an extra head. I will put it right back. You have also the engine detail on the back, which I really like. But that's everything I have to say for the mech form. Now let's look on the set in a jet form. But before we put the set in a jet form, we firstly need to transform it in a jet form. Because indeed, you can transform it without breaking apart a single piece. Okay, you need to pull out the swords, which doesn't really break them apart, but you get it, I think. Then you pull out the wings, put the swords on there, which creates a really nice detail, like a swipe of something. Then you just need to put back the legs, connect the legs, put normally the thrusters, then like so. Then you need to pull the entire head up with the cockpit, put the head back so that it creates a cannon, and then just connect the wings with them. And also you need to put the hands in a position where they're not clearly seen. That's breaking quite often a little bit here, where the connect the wings. But now we have the jet form, and I really like the front section of the jet, like these pieces or the cannon up front. It is a great way to include the head in the set, but I would have really loved it if the head wouldn't poke out here on the back so much. And also here is a little gap between the legs and the torso, but it does bother me a little bit. You can, if you want, put the wings in a V-shaped position. I really think that it looks a little bit better with the V-shape, but in the V-shape you don't have these cannons-like swords, which are a nice detail. The inclusion of the feet as thrusters is a really nice detail, and also these two stickers here make much more sense. On the underside, you can clearly see that this is supposed to be a mech because you have the two hands sticking out of here and also the leg part, which doesn't bother me, but the hands could have been a little bit more hidden. Now let's talk about the price. 99.99 euros, or let's say 100, is in my opinion really fair for a set. You get a cool transformation, a cool side build that you can combine with another set. You get an excellent minifigure choice with two exclusives, which are Kerr and Tur. You get a really nice jet, really nice mech, and overall the price is just good. The US price, I won't talk about the US price because it's higher now of economical reasons, which I don't want to cover here. But I will use the European price in my videos now. And it's a really nice package. One thing I would have liked if like Spectre Zane would be in the set, because then he wouldn't be as desirable as he is now. But overall, I give the set an 8.5 out of 10, and I hope you see the next video, and until then, bye bye.